All right. So, hi, good evening, Kim. Welcome to our class, LMS BAP IELTS4B. All right. Again, for this evening, I'll be your teacher, Miss Cha of Alaska English. All right. So, before we proceed to the lesson, Kim, how are you?
Today I feel good, teacher.
Okay, all right, that's good to know. So, again, as what I've said, we are going to continue our speaking practice. In this kind of activity, what we're going to do is like some sort of question and answer activity, but with a twist. After a certain question, you are going to answer it for only 2 minutes. After another question, we need to jump to another topic. Okay? So we're going to
Yeah.
do it, and then the suggestions and some other comments will be at the end of the lesson. Okay, so let's begin. Ready?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, by the way, disclaimer. So, for every question, I try my best to put the translation, but Kim, it is from Google. So, it's not accurate. Okay. All right. So, now let's begin. For the first question, why mother tongue is important than other languages. So by the way, the glimpse or the topic is all related to language. Okay. First question, why mother tongue is important than other languages. Your time, all right. Unmute your microphone, Kim. Your timer starts now. Oh, sorry. Mm. All right. So in here, 2 minutes thinking time and then 2 minutes presentation. But even though it's not yet finished, if you are done with your ideas, you can say, Teacher, I'm ready. All right, Kim, please present your idea. All right, your timer
Um,
starts now.
I think my mother tongue is important than other language because is actually I'm not ready.
Okay, it's okay. What pops into your mind? When we say mother tongue, it's your native language. So in this case, why Vietnamese is more important than English, for example?
I think like when we don't know English or other language, we can pass down the knowledge to I mean
Mm.
uh you can uh get the language for your child or for your your yes your child um and and that's important.
Okay. Also, you could also put the idea that it's impossible to learn another languages, right? Without the mastery of your mother tongue. Why? Because before you learn another language, you translate it in Vietnamese. For example, delicious, ngon, right? So there is a certain, the mother tongue is your gateway to improve or to study other language, okay? So it is important because it's impossible to learn other languages, right? Also, of course, you need to love your own language, right? Because you use it daily to talk with your family and your loved ones. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Moving into the next. All right. I'll be starting your thinking time. To what extent do you agree that it's better to learn language as a child? Why or why not? To what extent do you agree that it's better to learn language as a child? Why or why not? For this one, all right. How about you? Can I hear your idea with this one? To what extent do you agree that it's better to learn language as a child? Why or why not?
Um, I totally agree because when we are young, we can easily learn something new easier and very quickly.
Compare when you are older,
Uh,
what happened?
we will hard to learn something because we have uh many we have many words than when we are a child, and learning new language uh at a, as a child also develop more mentally.
Okay, all right. So very good. So I agree with you that it's like, of course, when you are a child, your mind or your brain is healthier. So in that way, you can study better. So you can remember things easily compared to the lifestyle as you grow old. There are times that our brain is getting too tired, and there are a lot of factors: stress, the way we eat. All right, healthy living. So those are a lot of factors that sometimes it tends that it's hard for us to learn another language. Okay. So by the way, so there are terms that we are using whenever we talk about the language. Like for example, if a person speak only one language, we call them monolingual. All right, a person who speak only one language. If the person is speaking two languages, we call them bilingual. And of course, if a person can speak many languages, we call them multi or meaning many lingual. All right. All right. So, as for me, I could say teacher is multilingual, but not necessarily that I can speak many languages, but I just knew the basic. Like for example, in some basic in I know some very few Vietnamese word and some very few Korean words. And I could say I'm fluent in English and Filipino, my native tongue. So I am multilingual. How about you, Kim? What category do you fall into?
Bilingual.
Bilingual. All right,
Not,
Kim.
not, but not really.
But at least you can communicate and you can understood English. So I think you are also considered part in bilingual, all bilingualism. All right. Moving into the next question. All right. Hmm. How important is language to national identity? How important is language to your national identity? This is quite a hard question, but I want to hear your opinion. Kim, how important is language to national identity?
Language is a tool of thinking, of communication, of language as well as a tool to convey a cultural and national spirit.
Okay, all right. So also it showcase, of course, very good. So it also it cultivates like and how we communicate, right? So build relationship, all right, and it is our source of identity, right? So it's like it's how how your country or how your nationality comes differ from the other nationalities all around the globe. Now, how about with this one? Um, this one. All right. So since you're a bit advanced when it comes to vocabulary, when we say vocabulary, meaning, all right, your knowledge about English words or the words. So how about you, Kim? Can you share or talk about what different techniques do you have for learning vocabulary? All right. So, as a teenager, what different techniques do you have for learning vocabulary?
Uh, the first one is learn vocabulary by topic. Yes.
Okay.
The second is learn vocabulary with picture or I- or picture on film music.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And
Listen. Did you say listening to music?
yes. And
Okay. All
film
right. Okay.
movies.
And films. Good. All right.
Um use use
Do you
let me remember.
do you also write in a special notebook? Because of course my native language is Filipino. So before I became a teacher, as a student, the thing that I'm doing is I have a special notebook like
Yes.
wherein I write the translation in my native language. Do you also have that?
Mm, yes, but
Mm,
yes, I have.
you have it. All right. So jotting down notes. All right. Jotting
Ah,
down. All
make the
right.
sentence. Make sentence. Make example with
With
with each word.
ah. So you're providing example,
Yes.
or sentence in every word. Okay, that's a good one. All right. Also, maybe you could also with this do you still remember what we have last time? The
Paragraph.
paraphrasing
Paragraph.
or
Yes.
looking
Paraphrasing.
for the
Simony.
yeah, the synonyms of word. Okay.
As in,
So that's a good one. All right. So how about the next topic? Mm-hmm. All right. So here, what careers are possible if you speak a foreign language? This is your opinion as a Vietnamese. As a Vietnamese, what are the careers and opportunities that you have if you know how to master a certain language, especially English? All right. Mm. What careers are possible as a Vietnamese? What careers or opportunities are possible if you speak a foreign language?
um, I think it's could be teacher, in Vietnamese.
All right.
Or
Okay.
yes, or writer.
A teacher, a writer.
Yes, but I think um it's still necessary to have another language to be a writer because we can mm, uh, yes, we have to find looking for good thing in the world, another cultural.
Okay. All right. So, a teacher, a writer, and I think translator. Is it popular in your country?
But just like have to have two language or more.
Actually, it depends. There are like, for example, if you are fluent in English, fluent in Vietnamese, you can at least work as a translator. For example, your work is to translate English context in Vietnamese context or vice versa. English translate it to Vietnamese. So you can work. Of course, it depends on the company that you're working into. It's not necessarily as a translator, you can translate everything. So there are companies that they focus on a specific language. So you can have it as a translator. So these are the jobs. How about the opportunities? Not just as a work, like for example, as an adult,
Idol.
as an adult, a
What?
grown up, an adult.
Yes. But what do you mean?
For example, if you know how to speak English, you can study abroad or you can study overseas, right? So I know some of my previous students, like for example, my students before in Ving City, since they are learning English, now they are studying in Australia, studying in Japan,
I
studying
I
in Korea. Okay.
I misunderstood. For, I didn't read foreign language. I just read read a language like just English or just Vietnamese.
Ah, okay. So it's like a foreign language. When we say foreign
Yes.
language, other language. Okay.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
What else?
Um. As ada na.
Adult.
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 Yeah, a grown up. Mm,
Yes, I know. But I said that writer.
yes.
Yes.
All right. How about so you tell me the possible job. I'm asking about some other opportunities. Opportunities or chances that you can have if you know how to speak another language. So, like this, study abroad, maybe some higher salary since you have a background knowledge in speaking the language.
Uh,
Mm. Higher salary, job opportunities, right? What do you
uh,
think? What's your perspective?
good. Uh, good. Good lover.
All right. Or good communication skills, right? Mm. A lot of friends from other country, all right? So sort of things like that. Okay? So it doesn't necessarily mean to be like a very serious respond. It's like I'm grasping your idea. Okay? So you don't need to answer it by the book. All right? When you say by the book, Kim, it's like it is written or based on a very serious fact. It's like your opinion, what pops into your head, so you can share it with me, not by the book or by simply what's on you can see on Google. It's what on your head. So this is the purpose of this. The challenge of this one also, I am checking if you have the ability to focus in a very short span. Okay, though it's just a practice because you know when you are taking the IELTS exam, most especially um in speaking, they are having like some sort of a timer and able to come up in checking, right, if you can really think in a very short period of time. So that's the purpose of this activity. Again, you don't need to answer by the book. You just express your idea or thoughts that pops into your head. Okay? So also this is opinion based, meaning opinion, there is no right or wrong. It depends on what you've got on your head. Okay? Next one. Next question. This is a very interesting question. Can a good teacher influence how well you enjoy learning a language? You could also say I'm ready if you are not willing to finish the time. All right, can
Uh,
I hear your idea?
yeah, I think it's important that um, if the teacher doesn't um, make us interested in learning language, we probably won't be able to study effectively. And moreover, um, good teacher, I think good teacher also have us have many good tips when studying together.
Okay, all right. Okay, so that's a very interesting answer. Also, when we talk about it depends on how a person perceive or describe a good teacher. For some people, they say a good teacher, if he or she looks presentable, he can present or talk about the topic or the lesson nicely, all right, or be can be understood by the student. There are also a good teacher that can notice, like for example, I could say that, oh, this student is good at this topic and this is the weakness. So meaning, um, also, a good teacher can also imply and share knowledge. Of course, it is impossible for a student to learn something if the teacher doesn't know anything, right? How can you teach something that you are lacking? So it's impossible, right? Also, if the teacher has the mastery or the knowledge about it, it promotes lifelong learning, that as you could say, as you've said a while ago, it can affect, all right, the way you go or you come up in learning with that certain person, all right, to make it more enjoyable or fun learning. Okay, so moving into the other one, like this. In your opinion, why do some people have more difficulty than others when learning a language? Why do some people have more difficulty than others when learning a language? What do you think are the factors? What are the things that you consider? or maybe the personality or the behavior. Or some people are more persevere, more focused, while the others are not allotting time or not making serious progress. Mm. Why do some people have more difficulty than others when learning a language? All right. So how about you? What's your perspective on why do some people have more difficulty, all right, than others when learning a language?
Mm, maybe it's because of the lack of motivation, or uh, the way we study is the way we study a new language is wrong,
Okay.
and we and not easily use that language. I
Doing
think so.
all right. Okay, doing it the wrong way or
Yes.
not
Uh,
using uh all right.
well,
Lack of practice
yes.
in speaking the language. Okay, see, so you were able to unleash very good answer. Lack of motivation, doing it the wrong way, lack of practice in speaking the language. Okay, so these are some of interesting topic. Also, the thing maybe consider a factor is stress or the lack of interest. Because sometimes like what I notice when I speak to I have a student before. She's smart like you. She can speak Chinese and Japanese, but her parents is forcing her to learn English. The thing is she doesn't like the English specifically, because for her it's not necessarily for her to study it. So she's learning other languages because of their business. The factor I think she think is that she cannot learn it in a right way because she doesn't like it. So the thing is
Yeah.
if you don't have interest, so sometimes it's hard for you to input on your brain if your mind is forcing yourself. You don't like it, so the lack of interest or the stress. All right, the stress from from your parents, right? And okay, I agree it doing it the wrong way. All right. And speaking the language. Yeah, sometimes you cannot improve if you are not using it day by day. All right. Or not you are not using it communicatively. If you are just doing it in reading, you cannot say that you're improving without speaking the language. Good. Excellent answer. How about with this one? Here. So how can the internet be a helpful tool when learning a foreign language? I think you could also share with this. Do you still remember when we have a homework regarding a robot teacher and then the actual teacher? Maybe the ideas that you got in there, you could also input in here.
Mm, it's it's have us easier to access the word like and we can speak to we can speak with foreign people.
Okay, more resources, right? You can search a lot of things so you can communicate. All right.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm,
communicate with other people. Yeah, for example, social media, if you have friends in other parts of the
mm,
world. Yeah, okay. What else?
um, when we study at home, we don't have teacher, so we can search the internet to
Mm,
know the answer and
mm,
answer.
all right. So you can provide research. All right.
Yes.
Research, all right, research and okay, study the things that you didn't understand. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right.
Mm,
Mm, all right. Okay. Do you think there are any ugly languages? If your answer is yes, which ones?
I think Arabic.
Arabic. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Why? In your opinion, I'm curious. Why do you answer Arabic?
Because I I saw the Arabic language and I see so it's like the way we write it so so hard and it's like it's like an animal. I don't remember.
Ah, okay. So you're telling me that you consider Arabic as an ugly language because of the form of writing or how it is written. Is that
Yes,
what you
just
mean?
in writ yes, just in written, but I think not have any language only.
Okay, all right. So for you, there is no specific ugly languages. The thing that you don't like or makes us struggle in certain language is the way or they form or written. Yeah, the same with Thai, right? The
Yes.
Thailand, right? It's hard
Yes.
to understand. Okay, yeah, I get what you mean. How about this one? Does the language you speak affect your personality?
Yes.
All right. How or in what way?
I feel like when speak English, I be another person, not me.
All right.
Yes.
In what way?
It's
Is it in a good way or in a bad way?
mm, it's in good way. It's like my voice changes and and uh and my personality is so changed. To, it's like uh speak it's like I'm more um like an adult more than when I speak Vietnamese.
Oh, all right. Okay, I get what you mean. So yeah, so in here, of course, learning a certain language affect your personality. I get what you mean. So sometimes when we speak the English, it's quite different on how we speak, right? In our native language. Of course, also,
Yes.
if you know how to say it or to speak in other language, you are more confident, right? Compare if you don't have the knowledge, right? You're not afraid to communicate with other people or to always have a go, all right, to some certain activities in relation to the language, other language, because sometimes if you don't have the knowledge you are very scared, right? Because you don't know what does it mean, how to say that in English, right? So of course if you know how, all right, or if you're good at it, it makes you more confident. All right. Okay, how about this is my final question for you because it's almost time. Is it
Yeah.
rude to speak your own language around people who can't understand? In your opinion, is it rude to speak your own language around people who can't understand?
It depends on Um, it
The
depends. Yes, I
it
think it
it
depends.
depends on the situation. All right. Oh, how?
Yes, if if we say something good with our friends, it's okay. But when we like see tricks and anyone in the streets like that girl is not pretty or something like that in our language, and the foreign people cannot understand is rude. It's rude.
Mm, all right. So for you, it depends on the situation. If you are having it in a good way, or you're not saying something bad or rude about someone, it's okay. But if you're stating some foul language, all right, or bad things or rude things about to someone that cannot understand what you mean, that's the time that you say that it's fine rude. Okay, all right, so that's a good thing. All right, so this is um with this one, so sadly we don't have much time left. All right, so for the homework that I want to give you, all right, I just want you to continue the homework that I gave you last time. All right, were you
Okay, so
wait, were you able to get it from your messenger?
yes, I get it.
Okay, all right. So for your homework, so I just want you to do your homework, and then we're going to continue our activity in vocabulary enrichment. Okay? All right.
Yes.
So sadly, time's up already. So that will be all for this evening. Tambiat, and have a good night. Okay, bye, Kim.
Goodbye, teacher.
Have a good night.